Good morning, party people. I am still in the New York area, New York City, baby. Planning to be here a few more days. But I must say, this is a final call for those of you that need some help. I have several people, I call it in the queue, that have contacted me for help. They are in my general path of travel, which means that they are within an hour or two of my travel. Sad to say, I am not traveling 4 miles out of my way to help anybody. I just can't do it. I never make it home. So, if you are between New York City and Atlanta, Georgia, close to that path of travel, and you would like to see my gray-haired face, you need some help, like to do a meet and greet. Meet and greets, I normally don't travel more than an hour out of my way for those. But if you need help, I could do an hour or two and wiggle my way down to the Atlanta area, help you out. However, I don't know how many times I have to say this. I had to tell one person to get their parts like 6 times. I sound like a broken record. That used to be one of my least favorite things to do, repeating myself. How you want my help, but you won't get your parts? If your car is busted and it needs a heater core, a wheel bearing, and timing belt parts, you need those parts whether I'm coming to do it or not. I do understand that some of us are on budget. Heck, I'm on a budget. But I need a heater core. So I order one. Whether I put it in tomorrow or not, it's a different story. But I need my parts. So if I get to your location and you don't have parts because you hadn't ordered them yet, I'm just gonna move on. I can't sit around waiting 3 or 4 days for parts to arrive. And if you can't afford your parts, you can't afford me to sit in a hotel $130, $150 a day. You just can't, you know? So that's that. Final call. I will contact everybody that I'm supposed to connect with, try to get everybody scheduled in, start moseying my way towards the Atlanta area, and when I get to Atlanta area, help a couple people there, and then boom, I'll be on a fast track to Albuquerque because I'll be towing a trailer or 2. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Having a decent time here, helping a few people. Things are dragging a little slower than I expected. I ordered parts a week ago, hadn't got here yet. So that's where I'm at. Let's stay in touch. I want to take a few minutes to thank those that support me in what I do, making videos. That money that people donate through Patreon or going to PayPal or giving me donations while I'm on the road, that helps me do things that I just need to do to help others. Buy equipment for my car. My car's not running right. Man, I spent $400 a few days ago on tires. Recently had to buy a heater core. Things happen to wear out on my car like everybody else. Man, I got 456,000 miles on the Panther, driving it across the country, and I know you appreciate the things that you use. Hey, I think I got somewhere around 160,000 subscribers. I get about 22,000 views a day. Most of the time, if you took your car to a shop, the average ticket at the shop for something simple as a misfire or something like that, a tune-up, anything, the average ticket at a shop is about $365. So if you do a repair on your car, on average, that's what you saved. And I know I got a few people that has joined the Patreon. That thing's up to 63 people. That's exciting. It's been going for about 2 years. I appreciate all those guys that's doing the Patreon donations, as well as people that has just done it, and again, the people that donate through PayPal. So I want to take a moment to thank those and those that donate while I'm traveling and stuff like that. So here's to those that are on Patreon. Just another second. 160 something thousand viewers. I tell people in my life, every $5 counts. I don't like for people to go to PayPal and donate $2. You donate $2, the bank takes $1.30. That's 70 cents to me. That's kind of a waste, So I tell people, if you're not going to donate $5, just hold on to it, yourself. I'm not against banks. I just, am a little frustrated when they get a lion's share. You trying to donate $2-3 to me, and they take, half of it. You're giving half of it to them, so I don't even bother with that. If you want to donate $5, and there's a way on PayPal that you can send money to friends and family, and they won't take a dime. So a lot of you guys are sending donations, and the bank's getting a cut. If you want to try to avoid that, try to find the friends or family link on that, and that'll avoid them from taking cash out of there. So hey, I got 63 Patreons. These are people that are committed to supporting me every month. Entry level's $2. I got 3 tiers, $10, $5, $2. But hey, there are people that are donating $20 a month to help me out, a few people. So yeah, I appreciate that. So I want to thank Robert M., James M., Rebecca S., Michelle O., Sandy B., Chris K., Reginald C., Stephen R., Eric S., Christopher G., Manny, Joshua O., Moshi A., Thomas B., T. Schultz, Stephen S., Bob G., Bert Y., Patrick M., Paul O., Sean M., John H., Dextro, Jesse B., James C., Brett P., Adrian L., Eric B., Zachary B., Will F., Charles F., Mark G., Catherine C., Carl S., James M., Noah K., Harsh K., Andrew S., Lisa, Deacon, George F., David R., John M., James H., Jason F., Max K., Noah N., Frank S., Paul M., Ariel B., Simon M., Melvin M., Rona D., Eric M., James A., Sebastian S., J. P., Robert H., Santos B., Mike J., Poor Man, and John M. Now, I had a few people that were on Patreon that discontinued their donations. Man, I appreciate the donations that you did send. Just think, I'm on the road close to 200 days a year. If half of my viewers or my subscribers gave $5 a year, I would have more than enough money to stay on the road. I'd probably have money to buy parts for people that couldn't afford their own parts. It's $5 a year. I got people here that's donating $2, $5, $10, $20 a month. That's only 63. If I had 200 people doing $5 a month, I'd probably have enough to do all the. One guy actually called me a philanthropist. Okay, I'll go with that. A lot of people appreciate what I do. I thank those that are supporting me financially, motivational wise, watching the videos every day, making comments. Thank you for that, and especially those that pray for Diane and I's safety as we travel and make our way across the country, especially in these crazy times. So thanks everybody for their support. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I tinker with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. This video also has tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. So, thank you very much for watching. Getting ready to get cracking on this stuff. It's light rain. Hey, I can't let rain stop progress, people. So even if there's light rain, I'm probably going to be doing what I need to do. Nobody wants to pay me for sitting in the hotel watching TV. I can't cover it myself. I got to get wet. Let's get this heater core replaced. I'm out to pull the glove box, and that thing's not sitting right. I think I was the last one in here. I put a blend door back here a year or two ago. We pull this glove box, get this lower panel down, get this heater core out, keep it moving. Oh my gosh, I didn't drain coolant out of the radiator, and I got a bunch of coolant out of that thing. Not used to that. So let me get that core out of there, put this in the drain container, put the new core in, and reload the coolant system. I normally drain some of this stuff out of the radiator. I don't know. I should have clamped off the hoses. Don't forget, folks, heater core failure is the #1 reason for these cars being in the junkyard, blown engines. Right there, that heater core is leaking. It's probably original. Yep, 2000. The bottom of it's black. It could explode anytime. Going back with a new core. Now, they're washing these at Swedish car parts to get solvent off of them, so they look a little weird. But when the bottom of them's clear, you know they're not used at least. So we're gonna swap this over. Occasionally, I'll get a viewer has a question about cross-contamination of fluids. They'll say, hey Robert, I put coolant in my car, antifreeze coolant in the radiator, and I used a funnel that I had used to put oil in the car. Should I be concerned? Hey Robert, I put transmission fluid in the car and I realized that I didn't clean the funnel out from the engine oil. Should I be concerned? Hey Robert, hey, listen here, man. 1 part engine oil, 6 million parts coolant. Don't worry about that. That is not going to affect anything. 1 drop of water in your engine oil is not going to make a difference. Water gets in there all the time because of the way these things are designed. It gets burned off. So, my answer to you is, don't sweat the small stuff. Go for it. Send it. Don't worry about it. 2 drops of engine oil in 3 or 2 gallons of engine antifreeze coolant is not going to make a bit of difference. Hey Robert, I had my coolant captured. I was going to put it back in the engine, and a blade of grass got in there and 2 flies. Man, that water pump will dice that fly up so nicely, you won't even get the flavor of that thing. Don't worry about it. Put it in there, go for it. Now, if you got a tree branch, I wouldn't advise you putting a tree branch in your coolant reservoir, but a fly, a gnat, a flea, a blade of grass, don't worry about that stuff, man. That's small stuff. Go ahead and put that stuff in there, reuse it if it's still good. Don't sweat the small stuff. Put the coolant in here as much as it would take. Filled it up to the tip top. Now I'm going to start the car, let it run 4 or 5 minutes, check that heater core for leaks before I put those panels back in. Then I learned a better way to top it off if you don't have a pressurized system to do that with. Drive the car 3 or 4 minutes, come park it, thermostat open, let it sit there and idle while the engine is running. Come and ease that cap off, pour the rest of your coolant in there. If the head gasket is good, it should let you ease this cap off without overflowing. If the head gasket is bad, you will not be able to get that cap off, and you need to do a head gasket job or replace the head or junk the car. So either or. Now I take it for a ride, bring it back, let it idle 2 minutes, take the cap off, fill the rest of the coolant up. I don't have to wait till the next morning. Been driving this car for a couple minutes. The temperature is not warming up. This car needs a thermostat. Went to the dealer, claimed they had one in stock, couldn't find it. So, if your thermostat is bad, get one replaced as soon as you can. I only use the Volvo stat, or the company that makes them for Volvo. That needle should be at 3 o'clock position right now. Right dead in the middle of top and bottom. It is not. So if you have that issue, get your thermostat replaced. Might have to order one. It's a shame dealer don't got parts for these cars. Coolant reservoir is down a little bit. Probably not enough to top it off. We have to wait till it cool off because the thermostat's bad. But normally I would creep this thing open and put the rest of that coolant in there. Okay. When you can do that, that means the head gasket is good. I was able to get some more of it back in. It's about full. Should be good. Just that little bit not in there. So we're going to call it good. It was kind of on the high side before I started anyway. I'm going to go inside, check, make sure the heater core is not leaking, and we should be good to go. It looks like we are dry. We are good to go. Put some light on this subject. Brand new heater core. No drips or nothing. We're going to give my computer another shot at reading these codes. Yesterday I got back to the room, I realized the battery wasn't properly connected. And it gave me 3 bars out of 4. So hopefully I can read this car. The battery's strong enough. Start Windows normally. Got time for all that other stuff. And I'll come back when it's up and running Vita. Claims I have 51% battery left. Let's see how that works for me. Press number 2, logging in. Define vehicle profiles. Read vehicle. We got a green light flashing, an amber light steady. It's going to pop C70 down here. Should check the box. There it is. 2001 C70. See if it says something about body style. Nothing. Let's hit OK. And go diagnostics. Then we'll go fault trace and scan it. It's communicating. I got a flashing amber light, intermittent flashing amber light. This is really an orange light. That's amber. The green is still flashing. It's still communicating. Identifying control modules, communicating with the RTI. Y'all know what that means. I don't. I need to find my power cord for this thing. If I don't find my power cord today, I'll probably order one from Fleabay. Communication with the PSL. See where my battery power is. It went from 51% to 45%. 33 minutes remaining, so I should be good to go. Communicating with the SRS system. So you take these newer Volvos, newer than 98, to the store down the street. They can't find the codes in these things, man. You gotta have Volvo class scanner to get to this stuff. You just ride around with a check engine light, don't even know what's wrong with the car. But she got a lot of lights working. That's good. 140,000 miles. Communicating with the CPM. Got a lot of stuff. Somebody's messed with this gear shift knob. It's not tucked in there right. Hoorah! There we go. Get that where it looks nicer. Communication with the CCM. Man, this sunroof is leaking. This convertible top. Look at that. Drip, 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 drip. Man, that makes the car wet in here. Alright, we got something up here. Got the right mileage. Ooh, it's 2 miles off. Somebody call the cops. Let's go with a fault trace. We got that. We're going to go with delivery here in a second. See what codes it has and clear them. ECM, evap system, rough leak. Go to delivery. Could be fuel cap not put on tight, something like that. Could be a evaporator leak. Let's see what delivery has to say. Alright, these are the 5 or 6 error codes that are locked in the system. I'm going to take a picture of that for them. Sometimes you get this when the car has battery issues. Battery supply signal too low. Damper motor temperature passenger side active too long. I think I fixed that last time I was here. Alright, we're going to erase all. You can click on them and they'll give you information up here. Damper motor. They don't give you the date that they were activated though. So we're going to erase all. You may be able to expand them by clicking on the very end. Let me double click this. Erase all and do what it says after that. Man, it's taking a long time. You eating up my computer battery, man. Somebody else may need to be read later. 31 minutes remaining, 42%. Start the engine, rev it above 1500 RPMs. It's 20 seconds. Let it idle, restart. We're going to do that. Turn the ignition off. Start the engine and rev it above 1500 RPMs. We're going to do that for 10 seconds. Then we're going to turn the ignition off. Stop the engine. I pull the key out. I'm going to start the engine again. Let it idle for 20 seconds. I won't put you guys through that 20 seconds. Select OK and read out the status. Alright, we're going to hit read all down here. I'm going to go back to fault trace. No faults found. Alright, I got this stuff here. Look like it come back. I'm going to click over here, say update. Turn off the engine again and do that stuff again. Get an ABS flashing up there for some reason. Alright, let me see what's going on here and come back. I click read all under fault trace. No faults found. I should be good to go. Let me shut this stuff down, disconnect it while I still got some battery life. 34%. Log out. Cut the car off. Shut down the software. Shut down the computer. Good to go. One of the error codes on this car was a massive evap leak. I pulled the gas cap. You see all those cracks in that seal? You guys got to check that every once in a while. Replace those. It's hard to get a good seal on the gas cap if the gasket is all cracked up. It's not a comedy show. Shouldn't be cracking up. Now, you can get the seal. You don't have to buy the whole cap. Just get the seal, $6-7. You're good to go. We're going to get this car up in the air, the back of it, bleed the brakes. Then we're going to go up the front, get the front in the air, bleed the brakes, replace the fluid in this thing so this thing can pass the fluid test. I need to purchase myself a power bleeder. Keep it up on top of the car. So when I'm helping you guys replace your brake fluid, it takes 20 minutes instead of 2 hours. So let me go ahead and get this thing jacked up. Man, she got a trunk full of goodies here. Got to keep all this stuff cleaned out of your crevices, man. Stuff causes leaks. You all may or may not know Volvo has 2 jacks. The one on the left is a good Volvo jack. That, bad boy, bad Volvo jack. Good jack, bad jack. You normally find these in the 99 and newer cars. So if you ever want to get one of those, get one. That thing is as dangerous as playing with cobras. Wow. Just had a horrible awakening. I was jacking the car up on this side to put this jack stand under it. And while I was placing the jack stand under the car slid off the jack stand on the other side. Now it landed on some of the suspension, so it didn't slide far. Never had that happen before. Make sure you have both your jack stands in place and the car lowered on them before you get under there. That was kind of scary. So I'm going to shake this car. Make sure it ain't going to be sliding on no more stuff before I get under here to bleed these brakes. Seems solid now. I'm going to leave the jack on that side. Heck, I might put a jack on the other side too, just for a little bit of safety. It's draining out. I stepped on the brakes about 10 times. Not as low as I expected. I'm going to have Tia pump them 3 times. See how much comes out. Then I'm going to start filling it up. Comes out pretty good when she pumps it. Alright, thanks. I got the reservoir that low. I'm going to go ahead and pump it a couple more times and then I'm going to fill it up. Still look like it could go down a little. Remember, the tester said it was in excess of 4% water content. That's why we're doing this. I'm going to fill it up, see if it goes less than 4%.
Piston moves, the other one won't. That means it needs replacing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And I had one to replace it with, but it's locked too. Same piston, the inboard one.
Well, how do you know that one's locked?
Well, I tried squeezing them with the pliers, and the one side worked, but the internal, man, it's stuck. They're stuck on both. So
wow.
Yep.
Hey Dan, you know what I found out, man? I told you about my tester, right?
Which tester? Oh yeah.
Yeah, the content of fluid, water in the fluid tester.
Oh yeah. And I got him in deep water. Got him about 20 foot of water. And that was the only one I caught.
Got the driver's side. This is the passenger rear. 2%. Want to go bleed it. Out of all of my fake mechanicking, never seen a brake fluid tester. Here it is, folks. Bam. That fluid was bad. Here's a brake fluid bottle that's been sitting on the shelf. I put it in the cap. We're going to test it. They say this stuff goes bad sitting on the shelf. Wow. It's all the way up to 3%. So, don't leave this stuff sitting on the shelf more than 2 years unless you're going to test it. We're going to pour that out. Time to test the brake fluid on this one. Expecting it to be bad. Replace the fluid on this one. And try to find my 1/4-inch ratchet. I can't find it. Don't know where it is. I need to locate that. I need my 1/4-inch wrench. Here we go. Round 2. Bam. We got action. All red. Brake bleed done and got that mud flap riveted in properly. Torque this wheel. I'm going to work on this, either this latch or the cruise. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.